Don't like to be a minute ahead of schedule. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. We'd like to open with the pledge and prayer. Commissioner Jackson will have the prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we just come before you. Thank you for another day you've given us. Thank you for this county that we're able to live in and just the good people that live here. I just pray you give us guidance and wisdom as we make decisions for the county. Just pray for safety for everyone that works here and goes about their business today. Just thank you for your son that died for us, and just pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen. Very good. Thank you, Ben. I'd like to call the meeting to order and entertain a motion for the signing of the claims and minutes.
So moved.
It's been moved and
Second.
second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay. We have a very special presentation this morning, Echoes of the Past. Chris Morehouse she will be their official spokesman this morning. And if you notice, this group of fine-looking individuals back here is the Echoes of the Past. So, Chris, please.
Thanks, first of all, for having us.
You're welcome.
Bear with me, I wasn't expecting to do this, so. So what started out as a small group of people just trying to increase foot traffic to the county fair in the early 90s has basically turned into so much more. The group basically started with 13 original members in 1994, and we have over 140 members currently. In 2016, we became a nonprofit, and because the group felt like it needed to do more for the community. We started out in 1994. It was basically just having the Antique Village down at the fair where we did live demonstrations of the sawmill, and we had livestock animals and things like that where people could enjoy. Now we have 3 community events that we host ourselves. Our biggest event is the Summerfest in August down in Claypool, where we have nearly 150 tractors that show up. We have kids' activities. We have a tractor pull, tractor show, live entertainment. It's just fun for everyone. And all of our events are free to the community. So it's just fun for everyone to come and enjoy. We have our Fall Fest in October, which is, we host Claypool School on their special day. They can come in before the festivities kick off, and we treat them to hay rides and pumpkins and that kind of thing for the day. And then the community is allowed to come in on Friday and Saturday, and we have a Haunted Woods hay ride, the pumpkins again, games, food, and all of that. That's also a free event. And then in the wintertime, we keep going, and we have our Cookies with Santa event, where we dress one of our members up as Santa, and we have Mrs. Claus. And we have a horse-drawn sleigh ride for the kids to ride. We do crafts. Santa hears all of their wishes. We do all kinds of stuff for the kids there in December as well. But other than the free events that we do, we also have started a scholarship program this year for FFA and 4-H members that will honor one or two of those kids each year. Hopefully, we'll have the funds to do that each year. We help the Toys for Tots drive that we do in November and December, that we give kids in the community that are in need at Christmas time with toys. So we just do a lot of different things that aren't necessarily always agricultural related, but they're community related.
Okay.
So that's kind of us in a nutshell.
Very good. That's awesome. To kind of preface before we get into the declaration, I was down there last summer. I've been there a couple of summers in a row, but last summer they had a tractor pull, and it was a warm summer day, and they had a tent, and they had a lot of people there, and they served food. And I got to thinking, man, this was kind of like the atmosphere of a county fair, the way it used to be like 100 years ago. And I thought, what a neat thing it would be after the county fair here in Warsaw to have another location where we took a look at the community living in an agricultural enriched community here, that we do something a little extra. And so I asked the group if they would put this thing together. I put together a declaration that I'd like to read on behalf of the commissioners this morning. Kosciuszko County Commissioners, Warsaw, Indiana Declaration. To whom it may concern, be it known for the purpose of this declaration that the Kosciuszko County Commissioners do hereby declare this 26th day of March, 2024, to be known hereafter as echoes of the past day. And do further declare that the first weekend in August hereafter be set aside for celebration of the people, equipment of the past to honor farming and agriculture, including the future farmers of Kosciuszko County, and to be recognized to a location on the northeast corner of County Farm Road and County Road 700 South, Claypool, Indiana, to be known as the antique tractor capital of Indiana, declared this day by the Kosciuszko County Commissioners. Okay, very good. And it's kind of neat because it's kind of all-inclusive, and hopefully it'll lead to something bigger and better. I know you've gotten money just in the last couple of weeks for bleachers, and you're working on a pavilion.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things moving forward. So it's our pleasure to be able to do this.
Thank you so much.
Do you have a group you'd like to have your picture taken with?
Sure do. Come on.
Do you have a? I know it's the bashful bunch, but come on up. Rolling up? Yeah. Come up, guys, just fill in here anywhere. Kind of turn sideways when you get locked out.
You gotta be Chris, you're not getting out of the picture of that.
She's getting focused. She's getting focused. Can you get everybody in?
Looks like I can,
Who's who's your president? Adam, come on over. You get right here in the middle of Brad and I.
Oh, yeah, you never shake hands, did you?
Even though he didn't give the speech, he get some action first.
Okay, then go take a look up here, please. I'll take a couple of photos.
Why is this one so big?
Don't move, Rachel.
Don't move. Say, suck it up. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks, Ronnie. Good to see you. Ivory? I thought maybe your dad would be here. He's part of that Echoes Nation.
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't. Do you want to, do we want to make a motion to adopt that ordinance or
You can do that.
declaration? Bob, I'd like to make a motion to adopt that ordinance,
Okay.
or declaration, sorry.
I'd like to
Have a
second that.
Motion to adopt the declaration as presented. Been a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
good job. Thank you. Appreciate your input. County Highway, Steve Moriarty. You guys are welcome to stay, so be bored right along with the rest of us. Thank you. Keep up the good work. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Steve-O.
Today I bring before you our annual operations report. This just goes through the breakdown of the county highway on how our funds are expenditured for each kind of aspect of the county highway. This is then turned into the state for kind of collecting data purposes. So with your approval and signature, I would like you to approve our annual operations report for 2023.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion to accept his report.
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very
Thank
good.
you very much.
You're quite welcome. Is that all you have for us today, sir? Yes, sir. Okay, very good. Bob Weaver, Health Department.
I saw that, Bob.
Good morning.
You take a look at
On occasion, the Health Department is fortunate enough to receive donations in the form of cash from individuals in the community. And this has been going on for many years. Usually always the money is just put into the general health fund. And it's very quickly forgotten about in there and is mixed with all the other monies that exist there. And I would like for the commissioners to create a fund, a donation fund that would exist in the health department yearly budget where we would place that money. And because it's in the yearly budget, it would have to be under the direction of the auditor, and it would be approved by the auditor every year along with all the other funds in that budget, in the budget.
Okay. Very good.
I'll make a motion to approve that charitable fund, donation fund.
It's all good. Then I'd second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, Andy Boxberger, come on down. Tippecanoe Regional Sewer District
Yes.
Representative.
My name is Andy Boxberg. I'm the attorney for the Tippecanoe Chapman Regional Sewer District. In front of you today, you have a memorandum of understanding whereby, with your help, Tippecanoe Chapman has been asked to do a preliminary engineering report to study the feasibility of sewering the east side of Webster Lake, which is currently on septic and has been determined to be a need there. So, again, with the commissioner's support, the district put together a preliminary engineering report, has been submitted to the Indiana Finance Authority State Resolving Fund to get financing to sewer the east side of Webster. So they're waiting probably here in July or August, whether or not they will get funding that will be acceptable, to get an acceptable rate, hopefully some grant funds to make that project feasible. Currently, that area is not within the Tippecanoe Chapman Sewer District territory.
Right.
As you've done in the past, we've had one-off property owners who have said, hey, the sewer's right next to my home, I'd like to be in the project. And in the Indiana Code, under 1326, allows the commissioners to apply to the sewer district to have that particular parcel be accepted into the district's territory.
Right.
What this memorandum does, it says essentially the same thing, but just with a large group of homes. There'll be about 200 customers, that the county would agree that should the sewer district get funding that's acceptable to do this project with a reasonable rate, and determines that's doable, the commissioner would agree to submit the application for the sewer district to take over these roughly 200 properties
Right.
into the district territory so they could do that project and serve those properties. And so that's what the memorandum is, for the commissioners agreeing to apply to have those those properties taken over by the district.
Sure. Thank you.
This is part of the process of applying to the SRF for funding.
Correct. So I spoke to the SRF, and the district is hesitant to just take those properties now, because then they become their responsibility.
Right.
And if they can't get funding to do the project, then they have an issue. So
Yeah.
this is kind of an interim stage with the SRF to say, okay, if you give us good enough funding, we will take these properties. And that's what this MOU does.
You've got those established as far as what you need to make it an affordable rate, or that it doesn't impact the rate of the other people in the Tippy Chapman Sewer District.
I believe it's the board's intent that this will definitely not impact the rates. If there needs to be a different rate, this would be its own service area and have a different rate so it doesn't impact the other customers.
Yeah.
Do you know the approximate cost of the project?
I believe it's estimated to be, I think, $7 million, I think is the estimate.
Okay.
And this would be there's already a line coming from Wolf Lake going to Webster. So this would be treated by the town of Webster. And we're working on those agreements now whereby Tippecanoe would it'd be a three-way agreement with Wolf Lake, Webster, and Tippecanoe, where Tippecanoe would connect to that line that runs just along the north side of the lake and then goes into Webster to be treated.
It sounds like you've done your due diligence and you're ready for this, so.
This is something that's been well over a year in the making, just looking at different ways. I've talked to the people, the residents there, and it seems to be very well supported too. It's not like there's a lot of controversy
Yeah.
about it. It seems to be.
No, I think the need is there, and I think most of the homeowners agree. You always have a few that don't
Yeah,
want it,
but I
but
think you got substantial agreement.
this is more supported than most projects I do, for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We noticed that earlier, or at least I did, when we first brought it to us over a year ago. And you started that conversation with the homeowners, and they really was receptive to what you were trying to do, so.
Yeah, and the homeowners, the Lake Association has a liaison that comes to all of our meetings, and he's our conduit to communicate with the homeowners and make sure that we're hearing them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
I'd make a motion.
Second that?
Been moved and second to accept the MOU. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good.
Thank
Andy,
you.
thank you
Thank you.
for
Thank you
your
very
work
much.
on this.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. County Attorney Ed Ormsby.
I have one matter. We have a memorandum of understanding regarding a lease agreement for site usage for the county radio system with the town of Sydney. We need to do a small amendment to that MOU that was done in 2021 for a different access point. It's just a new 12-foot access point that will give us better access. The town of Sydney's in agreement with the MOU, and so I would submit that to the commissioners for consideration of approval.
Okay. I think we understand what has to happen. There's our motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve that. I mean, because we're starting the construction down there. I mean, the tower is actually erected, but some of the shelter and some of the other things that have to go into there, the current access that they had originally given us doesn't suit being able to get the stuff back there. So this would give us the access we need to be able to get that shelter and thing in place, so.
Very good.
Great.
Is there a second?
I'd second that.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Very good.
Nothing further.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ed.
Yep.
Okay, we don't have a report from Marcia. She's on vacation. Rhonda Helser, County Auditor, nothing today. Any department head have business with the commissioners this morning? Seeing that, it's a quiet group. Any further business become before the commissioners? Anybody have anything? No? Okay. We'll see you back here on Tuesday, April 9th, 9 a.m. Thank you.
Well, but with us, they
Once you get to see